Alright, y'all. Not only is it our 12th and final day of Christmas, it is also Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys. For this, we're doing the classic Christmas song, Figgy Pudding. We've all heard it. We've all sang it. We've probably all pictured it, but how many of us have actually seen it? So today, we are making Figgy Pudding. Now, we have an eclectic collection of ingredients here. Where do I start? We got almonds, we got breadcrumbs, salt, cinnamon. We've got some candied diced orange peel. We've got some candied diced lemon peel, brown sugar, an apple, an orange, some beef suet. We got some currants, flour, a lemon, raisins, baking powder, molasses, some allspice, nutmeg, mace, and cloves, all ground. We got a couple eggs. We got some coriander and some ginger as well, also ground. But before we get to cooking, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to learn a new recipe every week, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's get to cooking. So we're going to take 1 cup of our dried currants. We want 1.5 cups of our raisins. We want 2 tablespoons of our diced orange peel. We want 2 tablespoons of our candied diced lemon peel. We want 2 tablespoons of chopped almonds. Alright, y'all, and if you wanted, this is where you would add about 1/4 cup of brandy. I'm going to admit I'm going to not use it. But if you would like to use brandy, go ahead. This is where you put it in 1/2 cup. We want 2 cups of breadcrumbs. We're going to go ahead and give this all a quick toss. Now we're going to take 1/2 cup of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of coriander, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, 1/4 teaspoon of mace, 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. 1 cup of our beef suet, 1 cup of brown sugar. And go ahead and give this a really good mix. We've got 2 eggs that we've went ahead and whipped up. Now we're going to grate 1 small apple to avoid the core as well. Now we're going to zest our lemon. Now we're also going to zest our orange. I'm going to go ahead and cut our orange in half and juice it. We're going to take 2 tablespoons of our molasses. We're going to go ahead and get this mixed together. Once it's mixed together, we're going to go ahead and cover this with some saran wrap. We're going to throw this in our fridge and let it chill overnight. At that point, I will bring you back. Alright, y'all, it is the next morning. Our figgy pudding mixture has had a time to cure overnight. We have a 2-liter pudding steamer here, and we have well greased this thing up. We're going to start putting our figgy pudding mixture. Then we're going to press this down and pack it in. Now I'm going to go ahead and take some parchment paper, fold it up quite a bit, so you have several layers. And my steamer has a lid. If yours doesn't, go ahead, wrap the top of this in some aluminum foil. Now we're going to move over to our stove, and then we're going to take a pot of water. We're going to put it on a very low simmer. And just to keep our pudding steamer off the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and put a rag in there. Now, hopefully, you have a pot tall enough to do this. If you don't, that's alright. You can improvise like I will. Now I should add that you want your water to come about halfway up your pudding steamer. And you'll want to check that periodically, and if you need to add more water, add more water. Now we're going to let this steam for about 8 hours. Again, you'll want to check it periodically and make sure you're not running out of water. After about 8 hours, go ahead, cut off the heat. We're going to uncover. Then we're going to pull it out, set it to the side, and let it cool for about 5 minutes. Alright, y'all. After a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and take this lid off. What we're going to do is we got our serving platter here. We're going to go ahead. It's just going to dump out. If it doesn't just dump out, go ahead and leave it sitting upside down until it does dump out. If I knew it was going to just dump straight out, I would have lined it up a little bit better. Alright, so now that we have this on our serving platter, we're going to go ahead and let this cool completely. At that point, I will bring you back. Alright, it's been a few hours. This thing is cooled completely. And since I made it a day ahead, need it tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead, wrap this tight with saran wrap, put it in the fridge, and it'll be ready to serve up tomorrow. Now, if you would like, again, like I said, I'm omitting the brandy. If you want to keep it traditional, you know, shut the lights off, put a little brandy on it, and light it on fire. And if you've ever wondered what figgy pudding is, now you know. And from my family to yours, Merry Christmas.